I don't have it written down on a Google Doc or anything. All right, so we're just going to verbalize it. You're going to use this list of 10. You're going to choose one of them, and it's going to be the basis of our social structure project. Remember, social structure is really looking at the big picture of what's going on in the world in which we live. Okay, and sometimes we can't see that large social structure because we get so caught up in what's immediately around us. Probably the other key that we focus on more so would be social action. Okay, so if we're going to the website, you got some examples to look at. We're sociology. If you go all the way down to the bottom tab, it says social structure project. Sound good? We're going to be using a particular website. And I think Christian is already, what's it called? Mosaically? Something. I think if you click on one of these, it'll give you, well, here it is down here at the bottom. It's actually linked underneath them. Okay? So here's a couple examples that we have from the past. All right. Now, what I want to challenge you with is you can't reuse these. Sound good? You've got to come up with a new large symbol. So, of that list that you had, we already had the flag, right? Didn't we say the flag? Somebody said that, so that's already next. I think you said military uniform, right? So that one's already next. Sports, you could do different sports other than soccer, I guess. All right? Somebody said sports, but it's got to be something different than that. There's the flag again, the Liberty Bell, Small Town USA. I thought that was a good one. Lady Liberty. Seth, sorry, it's taken that way. Okay. Somebody did something on the Super Bowl. This is a different angle of Lady Liberty. There's the bald eagle. Sorry, Miss Joan, taken. Spence, White House, gone. Already taken. Okay. There's a couple of them. What is this? Not sure what a melting pot. I see what it got. I see. Yep. McDonald's is taken. NASCAR is taken. Yep. So we've done this for quite a while. So there's quite a few that have been repeated and taken. So I want you to do something new. Okay. Now, the way it works is you've got one big image that it'll ask you to project. But if you click on it, you'll see that it's made up of other smaller images inside of it, okay? And Christian, how many images, like default, does it have to have?
I don't know, but I had 10.
You had 10. Okay, that's what I was going to ask. All right, ask required. So you need to find 10 different images to fill it up with, and what it'll do is it'll put it into its program, and it'll take the different tints and shading of it, it'll change it a little bit so that it looks like that larger image that you want. Yeah, eventually, okay? So it really does most of the work for you, but you have to come up with 10 different images to put in there. So, what are these 10 different images? What are they? So, this one was all about, what was it, movies? Oops. Or, let's go out. Captain America, right? So everything associated with, is it Marvel? I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Is it Marvel?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, what's the other one? DC, okay. So everything else is, I'm assuming, associated with Marvel and DC. Something there, okay? Let's do something else. All right, so McDonald's, everything's associated with food, okay? All the pictures, the 10 pictures that they put in there with food, right? Like high-calorie foods is associated with the American culture, okay? So I want to read something for you real quick before I let you start. Later on in the semester, we talk about American values. So the idea with this project is that if we zoom out, we can see this symbol that reflects the American culture as a whole, the larger social structure. But if we zoom in, right, we can see the aspects that make up this social structure that reflect the American values that we have. Sound good? So I'm going to read through these 10 American values. Actually, there's more than 10 that we seem to have. So you could be thinking about these as these smaller images that make up your larger images. The first one is achievement and success. Americans place a high value on personal achievement, especially outdoing others. Number 2 is individualism. Americans cherish the ideal that an individual can rise from the bottom of society to sit at the very top. Really, individualism, from my perspective is going out on your own, and we celebrate that. We don't have to be like everybody else. Number 3, activity and work. Americans expect people to work hard. Number 4, efficiency and practicality. Americans award high marks for getting things done efficiently. Do things fast. Science and technology is number 5. Americans have a passion for applied science and using science to control nature, tame rivers, and harness winds. Number 6 is progress. Americans expect rapid technological change. They believe that they should constantly build more and better gadgets that will help them move towards some vague goal called progress. Number 7 is material comfort. Americans expect a high level of material comfort. Land Rovers, iPhones, let's put it in that list. Number 8, humanitarianism, ironically. Americans emphasize personal kindness, aid in mass disasters, and organized philanthropy. Number 9 is freedom, of course. Core value pervades U.S. life. It underscores the American Revolution. Americans pride themselves on their personal freedom. 10, democracy. 11, equality, equal opportunity. I'm going to skip one. 13, education. 14, religiosity. There's a feeling that every true American ought to be religious. It's in quotation marks. This does not mean that everyone is expected to join a church, synagogue, or mosque, but that everyone ought to acknowledge a supreme being. And number 15, romantic love. Americans feel that the only proper basis for marriage is romantic love. Songs, literature, mass media, and folk beliefs all stress this value. They especially love the theme that love conquers all. Sound good? So you can have those values making up your, reflected in particular images that make up your symbol. Sound good? Any questions? All right. Give you the rest of the time to work on that.